Hello, Waterford students. Welcome to our second session of pop art drawing. Today we are going to draw another image that relates to this very interesting and strange time. Just like our first image, which was toilet paper, our second image also relates to something that has become not only important, but very precious, and that is hand sanitizer. Specifically Purell. I picked Purell because I have a special love for this company, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. So today we're going to do this pop art piece together, and there are a few things we need before we start. What I'd like you to do is borrow a cell phone. If you look, a cell phone and Purell are about the same shape and the same size. So we're just going to use this for a minute, and we're going to use a pencil, not a Sharpie, and we're going to trace the cell phone. That'll just give us a great starting point. We also want to have white paper, a pencil with an eraser, and your coloring utensils. I prefer a crayon or a colored pencil for this piece. Okay, so let's get started. Here we are. The visualizer is gonna come, there we go. All right, we're good. All right, so the first thing we want to do today is take that borrowed cell phone that is very precious, be kind to it, and we're going to put that on our paper. Oh, I would put it about like that. It's not quite centered this way. There's a little extra space up here. Okay, now take your pencil, not a Sharpie, and gently just run a line around that precious cell phone. Okay, now I'm going to give you a little chance to return this to its proper owner so that it does not get harmed. There you go. Good job. Here's our Purell. Look how gorgeous this is. So beautiful. Okay, he can watch as we immortalize him. All right, so we have this lovely shape on our paper. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a rectangle just inside of the shape we just traced. Okay, so you're going to see a rectangle inside of this shape that we just traced. And then I'm going to go over, because I went real light, and I am going to just darken up my lightly traced line. I'm going to own it and make it special. There we go. That looks great. There, we're started. We've got the basic form of Mr. Purell here. Okay? Now, Purell is very important to me because when I was a little girl in second grade, there were many unemployed folks in my hometown of Akron, Ohio. And the Gojo Industries came in and put many of the parents of my friends at my school to working on the line of their hand sanitizer in my hometown. On my bus ride to school, oh, by the way, just make like this neat little, I'm going to call it a rectangle. And then I just made little lines, little lines, little lines. Now these lines are curved slightly that way, and these lines over here are curved slightly this way. And then as I get closer to the center of my shape. My lines straighten up. Right in the middle, they're almost straight. Okay, so where was I in my story? Oh, Purell came in, Gojo came in and created jobs for all of my friends' fathers who are unemployed and mothers, and it saved our town. Okay, so here is another little shape here. This one, I'm just going to shade in right here on the side. I'm going to give it a little dark over here and go down and give this a little dark right here. Okay, I'll let you catch up right there. Every day on the school bus ride to school, I drove by the Gojo plant where they created the special hand sanitizers that later became Purell. Now let's make a long and skinny. So it should start looking like this. Check it out. Yeah, that's pretty close. Now give this a little shaded darker line on this one too. Okay. Now, if you have to start this video over, guess what? It's like, no problem. Take a moment and start it over. Now, so with this dispenser top, let's see, use my pencil. It almost comes out to the edge of our bottle. So I'm going to put a little light memory line right there, okay? That'll just help me understand, this was the side of my bottle, how far this piece should come out to look somewhat real. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to make a line that comes down here and then goes out. So it's kind of a neat little swirly line. And you can see I made a mistake. We love mistakes in art. Those are the best. All right. So that's what I came up with. It's kind of a teardrop on the side. I think the more unusual that part of this bottle looks, the better, honestly. And I'm going to just erase that little line I put there. And I'm just going to take my little mistake there and remove it as much as I can. And I'm going to give this a little shading over here. How's that? Not too much, just enough. All right, now to the business. Right here, I'm going to put a little label. You can see that on this one, it's an interesting shape, but I think this will do just fine if you do a rectangle. And because we don't want to use technically the name brand of someone's product, that's protected, I'm going to call this gold. G-O-L-D. And the joke is that this hand sanitizer is now like liquid gold. Now, the thing we need in our product is the product. Now, Purell is clear. Many of the products out there are like a really neat limey green, or they have little colored dots and they're pretty colors. So I think you can make your hand sanitizer just about any color you want. I'm just going to put in the product. So I kind of gave this an oval, that skinny oval. that goes all the way across to the outside line, all the way to the inside line. All right. Now, it has lots of little neat bubbles. Oh, so cool. So go ahead and give your hand sanitizer some beautiful, cute bubbles that lets us know it's in there. Perfect. Love it. What's going to make this look even more real is as we draw in the inside components. So we're going back up top, up to this area. Let's give it a little bit of a bulby look here. All right. And then there's the straw that comes all the way down behind your label. Go behind your label. And that straw ends somewhere down here near the bottom. Okay, so now this looks like it could possibly pump out some lovely hand sanitizer. Good job, everyone. Now, because this is important, we want to give it a bit of a line behind it because it's important, just like we did in the last drawing. Now, whatever you color this area, remember that our hand sanitizer is also clear. Now, don't draw over your straw. This is clear. So that our bottle looks like it's sitting on a table, but you can see the end of the table through our bottle. Okay. Again, if you feel like starting over, you can just go back and restart the video and try it all again. Now, I'm going to take a little time and color in my hand sanitizer with like a little bit of color with green. You can pick your own colors or you can keep it clear. I'm going to give this gel a bit of a shade. So Purell was based on a liquid hand soap that Gojo Industries came up with that helped remove rubber workers, the different types of rubber that would cling to their hands after working in the plant. This hand sanitizer, hand cleanser that Gojo came up with actually easily removed it. But they originally packaged it in a big metal tub. And so people would use a lot of it. I mean, just gobs of hand cleanser. And so Gojo Industries was the first company to come up with a single dose or single pump to make sure that people only used a little bit each time. So I'm going to work this part with you. So here I'm putting some color on the, let's call it a table. And because my hand sanitizer is clear, I'm going to give it a little bit of color through the bottle. There we go. Nice. And then I'll give it a little bit of a shadow to give it a little bit of a 3D effect there. Okay. And then I'm going to title mine Liquid, Liquid, liquid gold. Liquid gold 2020. And one thing we always want to make sure that we do is put our tiny little name somewhere on your piece because it's very special. I hope you've enjoyed creating some of my favorite stuff, Purell. Take care and have a wonderful day.